Generalists seem more needed than ever, but are they wanted? Studying data science, I'm drawn to epidemiology, ecology, etc., but assume I'll be turned away in an era of expert fetishism and closet conformists. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. But they are, I mean, on all parts of it, like they're just absolutely more needed than ever. And
well, this is the result of this stupid funding mechanism for universities that prioritizes grant overhead. And the fact is, generalists, are not in need of some hyper-specialized apparatus that costs $500,000 that will make the university smile when you get a grant for it. Mm-hmm. I do find the fact that DeSantis or his team decided to call me for this thing positive, because, as I said at the thing, I don't have the specialties that people typically associate with this, but evolutionary biology is the framework that allows you to see how all of those specialties fit together, because they're all evolutionary. And so anyway, maybe we're about to recognize that the toolkit you and I have been deploying, evolutionary biology, is in fact excellent, not only because it's a cool place to stand, but because it is inherently generalist.
It is, and it seems most of the people who wield the toolkit, even with some facility, mostly are still speaking from a specialist platform. And so, they will do what I was kind of goofing on my own interests and tendency in the main episode, starting by talking about squamates and character evolution and such. I can geek out all day on that stuff, and I'm really interested to do so. But it's really important that anyone that can do that, who actually wants to live an informed life, be able to apply the tools that they have from whatever it is that they've done scientifically to as many things as they can. And how the concern that this person will be turned away in an expert of fetishism and closet conformists, I guess it depends on what exactly the context there is. Will there be the job description for you if you can do a bunch of different things? Maybe not. I think, the question just assumes that institutions are functional at all, and they're not. But I was sitting on and chairing hiring committees for a couple decades, actually, both as a graduate student and as a professor. And I watched these job descriptions evolve. And it was sort of during the era in which the term interdisciplinarity became popular. And suddenly it felt sudden, but maybe that was just because it was punctuated, because now I'm on a job committee, I'm in a hiring committee again, it's been 2 years, and now I'm seeing a lot of we'd love someone who can do, this or this or this or this. And someone close to the field might say, whoa, wait a minute, those are wildly different things. But actually what the department was saying was, actually, we know that we have an interest in all of these things, and we don't actually care what your specialty is, as long as you come in the door being able to sort of think broadly. And so I was seeing that in job descriptions, and I feel like I began to see that contract again, as sort of what had been an honest and honorable interest in actual interdisciplinarity became revealed as a fetish for a term. And in imagining that to do interdisciplinary work, what you have to do is put one specialist next to another specialist and see if chemistry happens. And it doesn't, because if you have two real hardcore specialists, they don't know how to talk across those boundaries. So everyone has to have the interdisciplinarity in themselves in order to actually reach across other boundaries that they haven't yet themselves experienced. And so generalists should be exactly what everyone is hiring for, no matter what. Someone with some depth in one or more places as well, some specialty on which they can, wax eloquent for some amount of time, or think carefully, or design experiments, or, generate hypotheses. But being able to connect the various dots is utterly important, or else you're going to do either fine, but not that interesting brick in the wall science, or you're going to be a weaselly little conformist who believes Fauci whenever he stands up and talks.
All right, a couple things. You need a certain quantity of generalism in order for what you're doing to work at the university level, is in some sense what you're saying. You can get that generalism either by hiring generalists, or you can hire specialists who also speak generalist.
Yep.
You probably should never hire almost anybody who can't do that, right? And I used to say that one of the ways to fix peer review is to have papers reviewed not within the discipline, but an adjacent discipline. If you can't explain it to somebody in an adjacent discipline, it probably isn't worthwhile or meaningful or true.
Yeah.
Right? So generalism is an important ingredient, and you need an awful lot of it to make the soup function. Not that soup functions, that's a terrible metaphor. But to make a highly functional soup, let's just say that. And
yeah, it doesn't work, does it?
No, not
No,
at all,
no.
really. It's not making me
recover
hungry.
it. Nope.
But I love your formulation that the desire for specialists is often a fetish for a particular term. That is so dead on accurate, right? Some term is hot and suddenly everybody's advertising themselves as interested in it, and really it just means they're sort of narrow, they're weather veining, you know, and it's really bad stuff.
Fashion should have no place in science, but in fact it's become the reign of the day.
It's the way people get hired, because some term is hot when you're looking for a job, and if you're the kind of person who says, "Oh, that's not my thing, but let me show you what's important," that's it. That's worth listening to. But oh yeah, I'm on that new thing. Great.
Right.
Well, what's going to happen 2 years from now when nobody gives a damn about that thing?
Yeah. Yeah, I remember one of my, I'm not going to name him by name here, but one of my favorite people, faculty members at Evergreen, talking about years ago being interested in the ways that DNA got folded in on itself in chromosomes, and being told, what the hell, like not cool, not interesting, nothing to see there, like there is nothing there. And then long after he got his degree, it exploded. It's like, oh, there's a ton hiding here, and this has to be the thing that you do. And it was like, oh, never mind.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, the specialization, that's another excellent point, is the specialization will shield you from the truly next big thing that's down the road just far enough that it's not a fad yet.
Right.
And yeah, being interested in histone wrapping and chromosomes was going to be the key, or one of the few keys that unlocked the epigenetic revolution. So yeah, imagine them, shutting down your friend and my friend over his interest in that topic, which wasn't hot yet. Like, boy, what a missed opportunity.
Right.
And you can, at some level, it's just lucky here that it was what you were talking about in the main podcast, but you can see the danger of specialization from your squamate example, because if you specialize too much within squamates, it leaves you without a leg to slither on.
Although a lot of the squamates have legs.
And some don't, and that's why if you see the whole group, then you got legs.
Yet, they're all tetrapods.
Yeah.
Yep.
But not quadrupeds. Some of them are, some of them aren't.
Yep. We just lost 3 more audience members.
Yes, we did lose, and I almost heard their eyes rolling to the point that they may have sprained them.